Stjepan.
Stjepan.
Stjepan. Oh my God, I have a hard time with that.
Okay, no problem.
All right, here we are, guys. We're live on the Metal Voice, returning guest, Paul Deano. Always a pleasure to have him all the way in Croatian. Of course, Maiden author, publisher, Stjepan
Yeah, exactly.
Juras?
Stjepan Juras.
Juras. You don't pronounce the J. Juras. Okay. Guys, it's a pleasure. Paul, like I told you right before we started, years we've been talking, and you've kind of been in that sort of circumstance of sort of no hope.
Yeah.
But here comes the Croatian army, and they've taken you. And I've told Stjepan this. I'm so proud of him too. Not only am I proud of you for doing the work, because it takes work to get back, hard work. And these guys in Croatia, they're heroes. If you ask me, they're just heroes.
They push me, and that's what I love. We've got a great team around me. This man here has been doing brilliant work. And his wife here, who's keeping quiet. But they've been fantastic. They've been giving me all the hope and that I need, and the team I've got around me have been amazing. So when somebody shows you that there is light at the end of the tunnel, you go for it. When they tell you, you're gonna die, I'm like, oh, fuck you, no, I'm not ready for that yet.
All right, let's talk to Stjepan. I'm going to call you Step. Is that it, Step? Steve. Okay. I'm having problems with pronunciations this morning. Let's backtrack a little bit to the point where Paul is sort of in England, suffering, and you've had this idea. You know what? I'm going to help Paul. I'm a fan. I'm a human being. I want to help another human being. Tell us about how that started and the fundraising.
Definitely. I was a fan for my life, maybe from 7-year-old kid. I remember, but yes, I read about Paul X and everything on the internet because today everything is on the internet, and I saw the campaign started by Castro Fagioni, owner of the Carting Horses pub, and I said, wow, this is really cool. I need to contribute somehow. And at that time, my wife and me worked for SPR or something like that for a few clinics in Croatia. And by accident, I knew one of the best doctors in Croatia. And I started to think about Castro said for operation in England, we need this and this kind of money. And the sum was huge. And I saw, we have the same doctors in Croatia, but our prices are much, much lower. And why not offer, because standards are different, and why not offer the Paul to come here in Croatia and to start recovery from Croatia? Because not just doctors. I live in Zagreb. My wife lived in Zagreb too, together with me. And I thought we will be helpful each day, because it's not just the doctors. We need to stay with Paul whole month, whole year. We need to help with everything. So with doctors and us beside. And Castro, with fundraising and everything, we form some kind of team ready to help. And also, Castro is owner of Carting Horses pub, and this is the pub where
that's the shirt you're wearing. Carting Horses. Carting Horses. The guys helped out there. Yeah.
Yeah, and from my side, I'm author and I had a lot of buyers, customers of my books, and I knew all of them.
I'm showing you. I'm going to pause you right there. I'm showing your books right now on the screen. So you've done all the Iron Maiden books. You have a connection with Iron Maiden. Carting Horses. You have a connection with the old school guys that Paul used to hang with. you have a whole Iron Maiden connection, right? From the
with Castro, my wife, me, and few more person like Michael Key or Mike
Key and Mike
Tradley, and a few close friends of Paul. We formed the team, and we started from somewhere, and Croatia was first choice, but back at the time it was a problem with COVID. How to go to Croatia? How to go, because it was too risky to fly. So once we organized everything.
All right. So pause right there. Now, Paul, you tell me. You get this call from these guys from Croatia. What's the first thing that comes to your mind? No, I don't believe it.
From Castro told me about it all, and we was working out how to get over here, and I'd had all my jabs done and everything, and then it was all like, I had to come over it. And I knew, because I can't use the toilets in the plane, so I can't stand up, that it's difficult to fly. So we came by road. Oh God, it's like being back on the road again on tour, but not in a good way. And we got here, and Mickey Key came over with me as well, and Castro, and we all met up with Stjepan and Violetta, and it's just all gone on from there. And then I've met my medical team, which are absolutely out of this world. Unbelievable, because as I said to you, they just said sit in a wheelchair until you die in England, because I had lymphedema in my right leg. Now, what they do in England is they just bandage you up, and then they'll throw you up to the clinic about once a month to see if they can do it. The guys here done lymphatic drainage, which got it all clear within about 2 weeks. So what's all that about? It's unbelievable.
But you put in the work too, Paul. I'm watching the pictures. I'm seeing the videos that being posted. If you don't put in the work, nothing's going to happen, right?
No, you can't just sit on your ass and do nothing. You know what I mean? I've been given a lease of life to be able to go out and play music again, to get on a plane soon and go and see my family. And I'm making the most of that, So if something, there was no light at the end of the tunnel. Now there is. And so I'm taking everything I can, to get there and do it, and everybody's been just so fantastic over here. I actually don't want to leave this country, to be honest with you.
Yeah. Stjepan, you're a hero in my eyes, because you see you and the rest of the guys, don't get me wrong. I mean, everybody, not only you.
Yeah.
Because
just before you start.
Yes, go ahead.
Just before you start, I want to say on the beginning, and this needs to be on the end, all fans are heroes, not just me. I just have a luck to be here, to live with Paul, but all fans all around the world, if any fans donated just even €1, $1, each fan is our hero. So,
The Beast Army, they've been fantastic, man, I'm telling you.
But I just want to say something to you now.
Yeah.
You drive to Paul, you help Paul. This is like you're caring for Paul. This is not just Paul's there and just leave him there. You are actively
each other every day.
That's what I mean. I mean, that's a commitment, and that's hard work, And even if you're a fan of somebody's music, that's huge. I just want to make sure everybody knows that.
We're going to finish it,
Okay.
And end of the day is also like Steve taking care of some music stuff for me over here as well. Like going to go ahead and do some bookings and that through my management as well. So it's all good, and it's just one of those chance meetings that's just come up and worked out brilliantly.
All right, so let's talk about. Stjepan, unless you have something else you want to say, we could talk about the singles, or do you want to talk about something else?
No, talk about Warhorse.
Okay. All right. So I'm gonna put the picture up of the DVD merch single. Okay. So tell us about how the single came about. The singles.
I have a friend in Croatia who also has another band, and I told him, look, Paul is here. Come here, meet with Paul, and try to do something new. Because also Paul wanted to be a part of a project of band, not just Paul Deano. This is different. Paul Deano will tell you later. This is a band with a name, with the members, and Paul Deano is just one of a band member, and they want to contribute all together as authors, as band members, and we started this project. I think Paul gives the name of the band.
I'll come up with the name, but but with Herway and Antti and that, the two guitar players, I mean, they're quite well known in Croatia anyway. So we decided to do this, and we knocked out the tracks in a weekend. Went down and did it. It took about 8 months to record.
Wow, it was that long. Wow.
It didn't take that long, but it took a good few weeks for them to mix it, because I haven't got anything to do with that. It took it back to Split and did that. But we're really happy with what it sounds like at the moment. So now we just went and write some more material, and we'll get a full album out at some stage.
Oh, all right. So it's not only two singles; it's a full album, right? Okay.
There will be
for sure. And after all fundraiser, in April we were out of the money, and we didn't know what to do because we was near the end, but we were out of the money. And I said, you know what? We can't ask people again to donate, because we need to give them something now. Now need to be different. Now we need to give them something, and people would buy. So I suggested, why not make some single with 2 songs and in bundle with T-shirts and sell. And the reaction was, I don't know, it's very, very good, because the price of 55 euros is not small price. And we released 660 bundles. And in just 10 days, we sold almost 500. So,
wow, look at that. I want to say something. So you let me hear the first single, Stop the War. I thought it was Battle Zone. Like it kind of had that vibe.
Wasn't it? Yeah.
It had that. If Battle Zone continued, that's kind of where the direction it would have been in. I liked it.
Yeah, good possibility of that. Yeah.
And it's brutal too. It's a brutal song. So I kind of like that.
Yeah. In 10 days, Widow will be out.
Very, very cool. So, Paul, what do you think about the songs? You talk about these singles there.
I didn't write any of this, so I just sang it.
But still,
I can't wait to do some writing with the guys. But it came out really well. That's my phone pinging. Yours. And I'm like, this is kind of good, but it's quite apt as well at the minute. You know what's going on in Ukraine at the minute. So it was, pretty good. There's one other track we've done as well, which isn't on there, which I'm quite upset about that, because the song Forever Bound is great. It's just all gone pretty good. And it's given me a distraction from everyday physio, being pulled around by doctors and things stuck in your arse and in your elbow. But it's a good distraction. It was great.
And okay, and then you put on a show in Croatia, Paul Deano free gig as a thank you, right, to the fans, which I thought that was very honorable to do. You know, after all what they've done for you, Paul. I thought
it was a playback to say thank you, but I wish we could have finished the damn show. It was so hot up there, and don't forget, I haven't sung for 7 years. We only had a 2-song rehearsal. Before we did all this, because the circumstances got in the way, the band couldn't actually get over on days to do more rehearsals and stuff. And it went really good, actually. But the thing is, it was like about 51 Celsius on stage. No air conditioning. It was like me going back up the Amazon and playing. Sweating like a rapist I was, and I'm like, oh, fuck all this, man, it's not good. So we had to cut it short by 4 songs, and I was a bit upset about that, but I think we all would have died, to be honest with you.
By the way, Michael says, and there's a chat going on too on the side, Michael says, tell Paul to do a punk album. He sounded great doing the Pistols, Sex Pistols. Yeah. Holiday in the Sun. It was Holiday in the Sun, I think. Was that it?
Holiday in the Sun.
We used to do that quite a bit, actually. Yeah, we like doing that, throwing a few punk songs in. I mean, that's my roots, isn't it?
Stjepan, tell me about the connection. Okay, now here's the big news. I mean, the connection, your connection with Maiden, then Paul's in Croatia. Maiden's doing a show in Maiden, and is probably like, tell us about how you put that together, because you were the mastermind behind this.
Yeah, all in Iron Maiden family are family, and all the people from all around the world know each other. And this was the first date of the tour, and routine of all the fans from all around the world: Brazil, Chile, Australia, Canada, United States, United Kingdom, Germany. All fans came in Zagreb a few days before, and I know this is the perfect day to merge all these shows. So 1 + 1 is 2. It's it was clear. I knew the fans would come in Croatia, and I just wanted to make extended weekend of 4 shows together. Paul Deano, Park Metal Battle, Iron Maiden Tribute, and Iron Maiden Show. So I knew this will be a good weekend, and many fans all around the world will meet each other. So I'm my connection with Iron Maiden is how to say, I know them like many fans.
Well, you've done the books, and you were in charge of production, right? The production side of the show, right? So there was a connection there.
No,
I don't know.
I made books, and they know me, and I'm pretty happy because I'm maybe only author in the world, unofficial author, which have a signature from, for example, Steve Harris on my book. When some fan give my book to Steve, he will sign. So it is an honor to me. I have some connection, not big connections, but
no.
And with the management, and I try to do something what fan accept for all this situation. Many of them ask when you start everything with fundraiser, where is Iron Maiden? But Iron Maiden is always behind. Don't worry. Iron Maiden is big family. Steve and Paul are friends, and they are always behind. And even when people don't see, Iron Maiden is behind.
Okay. Paul.
That's all we're going to say on that matter. Right?
For now. Paul.
Yeah, they've been fantastic. And I'll tell you, last weekend was absolutely amazing. Because me and Steve talk about football on WhatsApp, always about the Hammers and stuff like that. But we actually haven't met for a long time. And it was brilliant because I met up with Steve's sister, Linda, first. Who I haven't seen for about 30 years. And then Steve. It was amazing. And then with Rod as well. It's made my whole year, actually. It was fantastic.
When was the last time you saw Steve and Rod Smallwood?
Well, I saw Rod Rock in Rio about 7 years ago. And I missed the Maiden show because I got swamped by bloody press and stuff, so I couldn't actually do anything to watch the band. And then I met up with Rod again last Sunday, and Steve, and it was pretty awesome, actually.
Okay, so you meet Steve, and how long has it been since you actually talked to Steve Harris, like face to face?
30 years.
About 30 years.
30 years. Jeez. Was it awkward?
No.
Okay, it's like you just haven't seen him for.
Yeah, it was great. You can come and give each other a hug and that, and I wish I wasn't in this sort of position, though, but. Yeah, it was quite emotional, I'll tell you. But but as I said, if it had been the first meeting and first time we spoke together in 30 years, it would have been maybe a little bit more weird, But as I said, we talk about football and stuff like that, and Steve phoned me up a couple of times with Bahamas and that, and it's good.
Well, you're a very personable guy. Steve is a very personable person, so you could see that there's always going to be that connection,
right?
We
took London boys from the East End, didn't we? You know what I mean? And
yeah, that's right.
The way it goes with us. We're like that. We're quite sort of happy-go-lucky geezers.
Did you guys talk about maybe in the future having a coffee together or anything like that?
I owe Steve dinner big time because he looks after my missus and son over in the States on the last Maiden tour, like in Connecticut and Hartford and that, and he really looked after them, gave them backstage VIP stuff and all that. And it was great. So I sort of said, well, I owe you dinner on that one, mate. So when I get time, I'll get my legs back and take them out for dinner.
I think Steve called you after the show, but you missed the call.
I missed the call out the next day. Bloody hell. Yeah, because my WhatsApp's on another phone. And that piece of crap just died on me. But I did text him back though.
You know, I've always been a big advocate of, Paul, just jumping on stage, doing a couple of songs. Of course, when he's better, right? Because you're still in sort of treatment. Yeah. I'd love to see that. I know all the fans would love to see that.
I'm not anybody else, mate, but it's not down to me and that. And as I said, I think that time's passed. But the thing is like, what annoys me is that everyone's spreading rumours around. It's like we don't like each other and stuff like that. I ain't got nothing wrong with Iron Maiden at all. And I'll tell you what, the show was fucking brilliant on Sunday. Absolutely amazing. I don't know. I mean, if Maiden want to bow out, at some stage, they should do it on their own terms, not have to sort of drag me or Blaze or some other geezer up there who's in the band. If the offer comes, then if it's going to finish it off well for them, I'd love to do it. Yeah, of course. But, the Maiden machine keeps going on. I hope it doesn't stop.
Well, Stjepan, what was your reaction when you're bringing Paul to see Rod Smallwood, Steve? Were you like, wow, I've made history? You made history in a sense, right?
Yeah, you can see my shaky head when I recorded Paul and Rod Smallwood, because I'm afraid, big bad Rod Smallwood maybe don't want, but Rod Smallwood was smiling. He was happy also as Paul. So. After a few minutes, I relaxed more, and it was a fantastic moment. I witnessed it. So in my head, maybe 3-4 months before, I had this scenario, but now it's happening, and I was full of tears. It was.
Your vision is complete. That it is. You had what you wanted to do. Okay, Maiden's going to be there. Paul's going to be there. I got to connect the two together somehow.
Oh, mate, I'll tell you what. It happened, obviously. But there was another highlight of that. When we went to the arena to go and see the band, I'm getting out of this bloody wheelchair taxi, and it's got all steps going up to the arena, these concrete steps like bleachers sort of thing. Oh, somebody spotted me, didn't they?
Yeah.
Like, oh, fucking hell. They literally broke the doors down underneath.
And start to run.
Security guy. He's about 90 or something. And I sort of like, he must have shit himself. But I'll come flying in. I had photographs done with them all that. So, they had a good day out, I think.
Yeah, you will see in upcoming video. Maybe Paul can tell you more about this video. Upcoming biography video.
Well, they're making a film about me. It's been going on.
The documentary. Yes.
Yeah, because of all the bullshit with my legs and all that. But it's so that's all going to be included in it as well. But it was great. A couple of kids were literally crying, and they sat down on the floor next to me, and oh god, and that gets me every time. And I literally can't hold the tears back myself. Sometimes.
And just to tell everybody again, so and I remember this from before, like there's a documentary following Paul, sort of, it was supposed to be sort of, I think you're like, because of COVID, things kind of changed, right? I mean,
well, not only that, but because of my legs and all the treatments and we wasn't going anywhere, it just stopped dead, but now all this has come about. So now it's coming together more of a documentary. Not that I'm really into having all this stuff done, to be honest with you. Mm-hmm. Sometimes I find it a little bit too intrusive. But, all I want to do is get my legs back and go back on stage and do what I do. I don't really want poking cameras up my arse and everything and see what's going on. But anyway, but Wes is a good bloke. We worked together for a few years. And And he's a bloody great documentary maker because he's done the Damned one and he's done Motorhead and all that.
Yeah, Lemmy, the movie Lemmy. I remember that, right? And
and the Damned one's fantastic, you know. So I'm like, you know, so it's great, you know. He's got his finger on the pulse. He's a good boy.
when does he think this documentary is going to be ready, or maybe the story is incomplete?
So. Another year at least. I mean, you know, it's a combination of like being really ill, almost dying. Now a lot of it about the treatment and talking about this, that, whatever, and hopefully the end of it will be up on stage doing what I've got to do, and that's it. Good night.
I like that. See ya. I like that.
Yeah.
I like that. Okay.
I won't be coming up on the Arlie, but just.
Are there going to be any more shows, Paul? Are you playing?
Talking about it, yes. Can I talk about this one?
I think yes.
Right. Well, we've been offered a tour in Brazil. Great.
And not just Brazil, Uruguay, Argentina, Chile, Mexico.
I didn't know all that.
Yeah.
So now you know.
Oh, for fuck's sake. Right, okay, then, right, that's even better. I mean, that means I get back home to South America, which is great. And I've been back to Brazil for nearly 7 years and I miss it. So that's going to be awesome. Yeah, we got that up. And towards the end of this year, hopefully, with my guys over in Scandinavia, we might be doing a little bit over there as well. Yeah, at the time being. But then after that, let's hopefully everything else has gone right and I'm standing up. I've got to take a break for Wings for Life.
Yeah.
I've got to do that. And then after that, we go back on the road. Get a new wall or something finished.
Yeah, I just want to tell something. I'll turn the camera a little. This is my wife. Say hello.
Hello.
Yeah,
she's pregnant.
She is 8 months pregnant. So our baby Iris, baby Iris will come in a few days. So Paul. Week, maybe two, but so we call Paul like Uncle Paul. Uncle Paul. So Paul is uncle now.
I see him more as a godfather. I see him more in that role.
I'm godfather to about 20 kids actually, which is fine by me because we've always had big families. That's not, you know, so that's great.
Yeah.
Is there, Stjepan? Is there any misinformation you want to clarify, you know, that maybe things were going on the internet that weren't true? Is there anything?
There's some dickhead over in Brazil, what's his name, fucking going out with some bullshit.
I don't know, you know, some people trying to say that everything is forced, that Iron Maiden are forced to meet Paul Deano about publicity. No, they are friends. They are friends all these years, and they're in connection. So, as I said, Iron Maiden are always behind. And, you know, every fan who knows Iron Maiden and the relation with past members and fans, they're always behind. That's why are we family, why are we a band?
Look, I mean, and to your point, Iron Maiden talks to Blaze, Iron Maiden talks to Dennis Stratton, Iron Maiden talks to all the guys in the family, and this is, they text, and Steve Harris is always, you know, very personable. I just want to show everybody this. Here we go.
Yeah.
It's like one of my favorite album covers. Paul, were there any talks ever of sort of re-releasing this, sort of like the full show that was in Japan or the broadcast?
Not as far as I know, I don't think so. I think that was perfect for what it was, you know. I've only got one bug about Maiden. I wish we could reproduce the first album with better sound on it. Maybe find that, get around to it, because I think it's a fantastic album, but the sound sounds like dog shit. Yeah.
You know what? I would disagree. I love the album, and you know, there's a charm to the sound.
Well,
there's
a certain very charm. Naive and very. It's because we didn't have a clue what the fuck we were doing.
But that's what makes it sort of brilliant, right? And that's why people love it.
The geezer who was the producer, I can't fucking get the teeth in. He was like sort of Mike Oldfield's triangle fucking engineer or something. I don't know, but you know, he didn't know his arse from his elbow, and nor did we. So we just, well, that's all right, that'll do. But compared to Killers and that, the sound with Martin Birch.
Yeah. Well, here's another one. I bought this the first day it came out. I like it. I liked it, Paul.
Day, didn't you? Nah.
So these are all the original pressings. This is like the original pressing, Paul, when it came out in Canada.
Yeah.
So
well,
it's cool.
It's straight to #1 in Japan, so I'm quite happy about that.
Paul, it was, look, maybe it was just the wrong time, but the songs are good. If you listen to them today, at least I like them. So I'm going to say I like them.
Do something completely different to what everyone's expecting me to do. Like, there's going to come out of a Maiden album or a Maiden-ish album. And that was the furthest thing from my mind. I thought, well, you know, let's have a go at this. And we did. And me and my brother-in-law, PJ, and Mark and everybody, we all wrote the songs together. And yeah, it was great. And I got the experience of recording in Rockfield Studios as well. And making friends with Robert Plant and everybody, which was brilliant. Yeah, you can't knock that. And it was also, I would still like to do maybe another album with these guys, but we're so far all over the world now, because I mean, Lee Slater, he lives in Australia now, because I can't see him when I'm over there. But yeah, it's a bit difficult.
Look, I get it. As an artist, you might not have loved the sound, but you know, as a fan, I liked it. You know, so you know, what am I going to tell you? I'm not going to lie. I like it. What am I going to tell you?
Songs are different to what people expected, but I mean, going on along the path though, after that album was finished, I mean, then we got on with Battles On, which is what I wanted to do in the first place. You know. Well,
look at here, and this is the masterpiece of all masterpieces. Tell me, like, I mean, look, I bought the shirt because it's my favorite sort of cover art. This album, and again, this is one of probably the first pressings in Canada, at least. Yeah, you were never happy with the production, or sorry, you weren't happy with the songs, but you was it the production or the songs?
Well, yeah, because they weren't as immediate to me as the first album. But then again, you know, it's not down to me, is it? You know what I mean? But yeah, it's still a great album, but I prefer the songs than the first album.
Yeah, that's fair enough.
More energy, you know what I mean? But then again, it's how we was going. We was sort of moving that way, you know.
That's all good. Look at this. This is the three Battlezone albums right here.
Yeah, I don't know if I can put that out. I've never had any money off of it.
Well, anyways, that's what they are, right? And the new song, Warhorse, to me reminds me of sort of a continuation in this. And that's what I'm getting at.
Yeah, that's all right then. Cool.
Yeah, and I kind of like that. And then, go ahead, Stjepan.
Just to tell all the people, if they want to order Warhorse, MaidenCroatia.com /Warhorse, around 200 DVDs and bundles with the issues left. So hurry up.
Okay, so when they buy these CDs and DVDs in the bundles, the money goes to Paul, right? To help Paul.
Yeah. It goes into the medical fund, unfortunately, because you know, when I first got ill with sepsis, my medical bills, my insurance didn't cover it also, and I got really sick in Argentina, and I wiped myself out money-wise. You know what I mean? And that was it. I shouldn't get divorced either.
So
but there you go.
So it's MaidenCroatia.com, right? Is that it?
Yeah.
And that's your books, your published books, and the bundles for Paul Deano's singles, correct?
Yeah.
So I just want everybody to know, and I'll put it in the video description when we're done, and I'll put it there so everybody could click on that, okay?
So just MaidenCroatia.com /Warhorse.
You bet. Okay. I'm going to ask people, there's a lot of people online here typing questions. A question for Paul, question for Stjepan. If you have any questions you want to ask Paul that are, you know, good questions, I will ask him. And in the meantime, I like this album too. I'm just going through. You could see I'm a fan because I have everything Paul's ever done.
That's one of my favorite albums, mate. That was another one which was. If they go quickly, it's going to be good for me because I mean I went and done all my vocals of the whole album in one day, and then I got up the next day and did it again. I thought, that's it. Album's done. It's all this.
The Living Dead, which was, you know, one of your singles, and it was re-released. I think this is the original one, but re-released in the States, in the US and Canada, right? With another cover, The Living Dead, or something like that. And you know what? Going back even some more. Look at this. Look at this guy here. Do you remember this? This was the you redid the older tracks.
Yeah, what bollocks that was.
The classic Iron Maiden years. So it was basically the re-recordings of the first two albums and Women in Uniform and a few other stuff. And then it was, I guess, Lee Hart sort of put that together back in the day. Right?
Yes. Yeah, we won't talk about that anyway.
All right. Fair enough. All right. Hey, Paul, this is from Mean Metal Mike. Hey, Paul, what was the very first Maiden gig for you, and what was touring like? Okay, wait a second. The question is from Mean Mike, what was the very first Maiden gig like for you, and what was it touring like? Just quickly.
Very first gig, obviously you're shitting yourself, but as I said, we were young and see all for a bit, right? We're the Dog Bollocks, we're gonna have all this and that, but we knew we were a good band. But it was good, and it's what I've always wanted to do. Touring, I didn't look after myself very well. Took me up with all the old crap of sort of marching powder and all that stuff, and but nowadays, oh God, I love touring. It's my whole life. So
you and Blaze are probably one of the hardest working guys on the road. I mean, okay, not now, everywhere. But before. Yeah,
we go everywhere. We've been together a few times. I mean, we've been together in Russia, we've been together in Australia, New Zealand, a few other places. And Blaze, you owe me a curry. And anyway, so it's all good. And he's a great bloke.
All right, here we go. Loopy's weighing in. Your buddy Loopy from back in the day. Hi, Jimmy, Paul, and Stjepan. He's saying hi to you. Loopy is always.
Hello, Mucker.
I had an interview with Loopy not too long ago. He has a great book too. His early years in Iron Maiden.
Yes.
Okay, guys, I'm gonna ask you both this question from the Paul Deano era. Your two favorite songs from Iron Maiden, or it doesn't even have to be Iron Maiden. It could be anything of Paul's sort of solo work. Your one favorite song that you both like from the Deano era, solo albums or Maiden.
Well, what I like.
Yeah, what you liked, and then Stjepan what likes.
Oh, Transylvania.
Because you get a break. Because you get a break. Is that why?
I'll tell you, Strange World, what a beautiful song. And not just my era. And Number of the Beast, fucking awesome.
I just want to continue to tell about Loopy. Loopy is a great friend of mine, and his book is amazing. In any way, I'm trying to spread the word about his book. So people, if you want some recommendation from me, buy Loopy's book.
Absolutely. Right. I did a whole interview with him, and we talked about his book, and it's incredible. Yeah, it is. It is the early years of Iron Maiden.
Essential for Iron Maiden fans.
Yeah, absolutely. All right. So, what's your favorite song? You didn't tell us.
Mine from both eras. Yeah, it's hard. It's hard to decide, but. Remember Tomorrow, maybe in Phantom of the Opera. It's very hard to decide. But last time when he played Remember Tomorrow, whole club sing along from first verse to the end, and they all scream. It's a really, really powerful song, and from other eras, I don't know, too many songs. I started personally with Sour in Time, so Stranger in Strange Land is for me. But like he said, the Number of the Beast and early aggressive songs are really, really good. Or some songs, good songs with Blaze. I can't decide. Too many songs, but. Because I started with Summer.
We might be here for half an hour. Is that what you're saying? Just naming songs? Okay. Yeah. There's too many great songs. There's too many great songs. That's the thing. Okay. Rodrigo says, are there any songs on Number of the Beast that sort of like maybe you saw, hey, you know what? That was my melody or anything like that?
Everyone said that. No, it wasn't.
Yeah. I think I even asked you that.
And I'd actually done the number of the beast and stuff like that. But I bloody haven't.
Yeah. Here's Fraser saying, would you do a duet with Bruce, in the future? You'd say, you already said yes. You would participate in something like that. Yeah.
Why
Is
not?
Okay, and then somebody's saying, Francis saying, is it possible for Paul to work again with Iron Maiden someday? We already talked about that. We're gonna say what I'm gonna show your books again. Okay, let me show your books again here, because I think and just tell me quickly about. So is every book about every album? Is that how it works?
Yeah, it's every book about every album, and a few more books about members. For example, a book about Steve. Also, there's Iron Maiden for Kids book. So we ABC books written long ago before Metallica's same books about the same books for kids. It's very, very cool book. There's also a book about Iron Maiden fans and their stories, and
The most important ones.
and to many other books not written by me but collaborated, like Maiden Avenue, very cool book, and Burning Records, Burning books, a book about all Iron Maiden singles. There's the universe, and I will write more than 100 books about Iron Maiden. So,
and Neil Kay as well, right? The rock DJ, right? You did that book too.
This is completely a new chapter, because it is non-unofficial. This book will come out in 1 month, I think. Neil Kay is one of the key figures in Iron Maiden history. And this is first my official biography about someone from Iron Maiden circuit. And I worked almost 1.5 years on this book, over 100 hours of Skype chat with Neil and many other people. And some of the last words from I forget the name, a journalist who died.
The British journalist that died.
Malcolm Dome, sorry. Yeah.
That's right.
Some of the last words from Malcolm Dome. He gave me some interview, and sadly he died. And this book will be crucial. You will see in the future. And Steve Harris wrote forward for this book. So
you can't get more than that. Paul, what do you remember about Neil Kay?
What I want to say,
this
book will be something that I want to show to Steve Harris. Look, this is an official book written by me. So it's turn. Now it's turn to you about official book about Steve Harris. I will show this book to him and say, read and see on which way I write. So if he likes, I will be really, really pleased to write a book about him. It will be for whole life. Yeah.
Paul, just quickly, what do you remember about Neil Kay that really stood out? I mean, he kick-started Maiden back in the day.
He used to get the crowd going all the time down at the sound house. It was brilliant. We was always around his house having a beer and sandwich and all that when we got there, and play and stuff. And we go back a long time. We went on the road, Metal for Mothers. That was awesome. It was so long ago, but there's some good memories there. Obviously, some I can't tell you about, but. But
I also met them a few months ago in the Facebook, so they talk for it.
So is there anything else you guys want to promote, say, or clarify to everybody out there?
Say, first and foremost, thank you to everybody who has helped out and contributed. I don't know how I'm ever going to pay you back with this one, but I don't know. It's difficult because I always want to cry when this comes. I'm talking about this, but can't believe how wonderful people have been, and thanks for having me back. Really, it's brilliant. Thank you.
Paul, it's inspiring to see you, do the work. It's inspiring to see Stjepan and the Croatian guys helping you. It's an inspirational sort of, and that's why I wanted to have you guys on. I think it's a wonderful story.
It's an inspirational country.
I received, and I published few of them, few messages, not few, I published few, but I received many messages from some other fans with disease. And, you know, they're struggling so much in the pain and everything. And when they saw the picture of Paul and Steve together, they cried and they forgot about their diseases. They smile on the face. One of the fans wrote me a message. His father died on the day of Iron Maiden show in Croatia. And when he saw the picture, they have a smile on his face. So it's these stories are amazing stories. We inspire people we even don't know, but when they see Paul in his age, how to try to exercise, to lift the weights, you know, they are inspired to do.
When I saw Paul's first step, it was like watching, you know, like a little kid do his first step. It's inspirational, right? It's sort of like, wow, he did it, you know, he did it. And I mean that in a nice way, right? I mean that in a sort of a proud manner, right?
I'm going to fall on my arse any moment, but yeah, but as I said, my physios are great. They're unbelievable. Me and Matteo, my physio, we've got a really good bond together. But then Surway and there's Christian down there and Matteo, and we're all sort of.
He will go with him on the tour.
Yeah, I will take Matteo with me on the Brazil and South American tour as well. So I've always got someone there with me, you know, which is awesome. And
last year, Paul, you received your Metal Hall of Fame award.
Yes, thank you.
Yeah. Which congratulations to that. You know, that was again, that was another inspiration. I hope these little things keep you going, right? You know, these little things.
That certainly did. That did. That I think that in a way was a little bit of a turning point, really, because I thought, well, I'm not sure what's going to happen now. Am I going to die, or just sort of give up altogether, or when you get something like that, and then you think, oh, mate, that's great, isn't it? And I thought, yeah, there is still something to do left. There's still something left in me, which I want to do. I ain't ready for retiring yet.
Your voice, I got to say, your voice, like I heard, you know, I saw the videos of the sound check, I guess. You're sounding great, you know. Sometimes a little rest.
It's a bit cleaner now, though, because I've had 7 years off. So when you do about 7 or 8 shows a week,
that's right.
Anyway, but after you've done that, you know, when you're singing every day for month on end, obviously it's got to get a little bit more raspy, but it came out really clean. I'm quite happy.
And this sound check was just 1 day before the show, and this sound check was his first singing after 7 years. So you remember tomorrow was first song single like after 7 years. So you know.
Well, you know, sometimes just like anything in life, you know, if you rest a little bit, you know, you could sort of like rebuild what, you know, like Paul said, if you sing every night, it's going to burn out. You're going to burn anything out, right?
I think I've had enough resting now, mate. I'm ready to fucking go.
Well, that's pretty much all I got, unless you guys want to mention anything else.
Oh, I'm good, mate. Thank you.
Yeah. I just wanted to say one thing. We will not stop with Paul. Many fans struggling, and I want to help the other fans. Paul is famous, but not just about his famous. He's Paul. We'll continue to help people, to fans, because our Maiden community is strong and big, and everyone who needs the help, just contact me, and we'll try to find some money for treatments. Not just about Paul, because he's popular, about everything.
That's a really great idea. That is a really good idea.
Yes. What do we look in terms of like a sort of like a timeline? You know, Paul's going to start, you know, walking in 6 months, 5 months. Is there a timeline?
I'm going into, I've only got 1 day's physio next week, and then in about another week's time, I'm going to hyperbaric chamber for a couple of times a week to get the circulation in my right leg going, ready for surgery. As I said, they're going to take, well, we haven't talked about it there, but they found a fucking great big blood clot on the top of me thigh, on the main arterial vein. If that bursts, I'm either dead or stroke or heart attack, one of the two. So,
so need to be done in maybe beginning of June. June.
That June, we're going to do that. They're going to put cage in there and get rid of that bugger, and then take the spacer out. Got a bone which has been custom made which goes in here, like up here, like all down the tibia, right the way down.
You can see from bottom,
the right bone connected to the left bone. Yes, I got it.
It's like everything I'm getting to
like this.
But the reason that's had to be like that is because when they left this spacer in, it goes toxic and it's ruined all the ends of the bones. So we've got to put that in as well. So some serious major surgery. This is why I'm really going into
3 surgeries in one day.
No, it won't be one day, not with a bum. 2 surgeries in one day, but that one's going to have to come later. But because I don't know if my body will be able to accept all that, you know what I mean? There's quite a bit to do. But hence the hyperbaric chamber to get the blood vessels going a bit better and that. So hopefully, if all goes right, by sort of around about November, December, I'll be completely having it. Not playing football for the Hammers, unfortunately, but I'll be having it, and at least I might be able to get on a bike.
There you go, and get on stage. It's proud to get on stage with your own 2 feet, right? It's a proud moment, right? You want to.
I'll be proud to get in the fucking toilet on my own.
And you know what? I'm just going to leave everybody with this.
Yeah.
I'm not going to say nothing. Big surprise. That's it.
Yeah.
Stay tuned.
It's coming soon.
It's coming. All right, guys. We'll touch.
It's all about my sex change operation. I don't want to be known as Paula.
All right, guys. We'll do this again. We'll keep tabs on you. See what's going on there. Again, I'm proud of you both, and I'm proud of the metal community for supporting you. It's nice to see positive, in the world sometimes.
With all the shit that's going on in the world nowadays, people like the Iron Maiden fans and that, and friends of mine, and they've been fucking awesome. So fuck Putin. Let's get on with living.
All right, man. Guys, have yourself a wonderful day.
And you, thank you.